Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Kirk, and this is channeling number 72. It's June 11th. What are we going to talk about today? I have prayed and meditated. I've said my mantras, my affirmations, connected to my higher power, and I've said, Dear God, higher power, thank you for my sanity, solvency, serenity, sobriety, and serenity. Thank you for my sanity, a day at a time. My name's Kirk. I'm your shaman, healer, student of the Tarot enthusiast, and you can Google search Kirk Trance Medium, channeler, healer, Kirk Trance Medium, psychic. My whole life is about spirituality. I'm studying the Tarot, and I give Tarot readings to help you along your spiritual path. Every day I pray and I meditate. I turn on the video cam, and I make notes in my daily meditation, affirmation, and contemplation. Here are the notes. Every day I make notes. I put them in a notebook. I've recently come back to the Tarot with a new look, a new enthusiasm. And today is channeling number 72 if you've been watching. And if not, you can watch 71 of the channelings are on YouTube and Blip TV, Daily Motion, and Vimeo. So, what are we talking about today? What are we doing today? I wish you some Shakti. Once again, who's ever watching this, I believe in animal rights. So, here's the Kirk TV Cougar. I have a TV show that goes out live every Monday, 11:30 p.m., Channel 57. And I'm talk about animal rights in America, respect and protect the animals. Don't eat abused or tortured animals or sick animals full of antibiotics and weird chemicals. So here's your Kirk TV Cougar reminding you you're powerful, you're important. Shakti Namaste, you're immortal. And remember to respect and protect all animals, even the ones you eat. And before you eat that cheeseburger, say, Dear God, Dear Goddess, Dear Universe, thank you for the animals and the humans that made this food possible. Then we, are restored to sanity about the animals. We're restored to sanity about the earth, polluting the earth, creating a healthy environment within and without. Shakti Namaste. So my TV show goes live every Monday night, 11:30 p.m., Channel 57, live stream at, get a pen and write it down, mnn.org, Shakti, for love, light, healing. I'm in my 6th year of programming by the grace of God. All right, I've prayed and meditated over an hour, and I have thanked God. I have asked God, please restore me to sanity, daily basis. So if you've been watching my vids, you know that I am a psychic medium, trance medium, channeler, healer. And I'm also sober and in recovery from drug addiction, and alcoholism, insanity, deading, every form of insanity, abuse, religious abuse, and on and on. And what I got in the meditation today, and what I thought I would talk about, and what I don't really see anybody talking about, is being sober, and also having an alternative spirituality, an alternative mysticism, being a sober mystic. Wouldn't the world be an awesome place if, like, the church got sober? If Christianity got sober in this country, I don't know, if the meat and poultry industry got sober and these people got restored to sanity. So my contemplations are about the Tarot cards, and I thought what I'd do is I took about half an hour, 45 minutes to go through the Tarot cards and look at the tarot cards as a system with the specific filter of recovery and sobriety and sanity. So looking at the tarot cards, I Google searched and I don't see any information or people or tarot readers or mystics or psychics talking about being sober and also being a tarot reader or the esoteric system and spirituality of the tarot, the higher arcana and the lower arcana with a recovery language. So the tarot has universal meanings that go across the board. And it also then, if you're a long-time reader, an intermediate reader, let me set the timer because I always go like up to 40 minutes. I don't know how it happens. But people are digging the videos I'm making about spirituality, being in recovery, about the tarot. And, today's talk is number 72, just basically looking at the tarot system as a recovery tool. If you are reading for a person that's bottoming out on addiction, the recovery language is now getting into our spirituality and into our culture and into... why is my nose itching? My mother used to say it means you're going to kiss a fool. Anyways, we're on the journey of the fool. The tarot is the journey of the fool. So I just have some things that I wrote out. It could be a new language of recovery, a new way of looking at the tarot cards through a sober pair of eyes, alternative spirituality, and, if you're reading for somebody in recovery, you can weave the language of recovery, it's a day at a time, get on the beam, sane, sober, restored to sanity. So these are some elements of the new spirituality, new thinking. And, if you're reading for somebody or, if you're a tarot reader, you may not be in recovery, but you can spot somebody that needs to be in recovery. The language and spirituality of recovery is ubiquitous in our country. TV shows, celebrity rehab, intervention programs, so it goes on and on. So when I got into my meditation today, I was like, hey, talk about the tarot, talk about being sober and the tarot, talk about being a sober tarot reader, and talk about giving readings with a specific focus on sanity, sobriety, recovery, and the tarot. Shakti, here we go. So we have universal meanings on the higher arcana, and then we have, cards and symbols that we can interpret, in our own personal decks, personal meanings and universal meanings. And if we look at the tarot, as a means to enhance our sobriety, our recovery, and our sanity in the world, and walk away from the culture of addiction, the culture of trauma, the culture of drama. The world is getting sane, sober, solvent, and serene again. Shakti, amen. So let's start with some of my thoughts and feelings about the sober tarot and the language of recovery, and me being a sober tarot reader. And here are some of my ideas. They are not by any means set in stone. I'm kind of like making this up and just praying and meditating and seeing what comes to me. So I'm just going to throw some things out there, and if they jive with you, that's awesome. I know that there are a lot of recovering Catholics, a lot of sober Catholics, sober Christians, sober Wiccas, sober Wiccans, sober vegans, and sober mystics and sober tarot readers. So let's just kind of go through some of the cards, and I'll just throw out some recovery terms, language of recovery. I'm in recovery 27 years. I just had it tattooed on my body. I never thought I would make 25 years clean and sober, but here's my 25-year tattoo for clean and sober. And here we go. Okay, like I said, I'm not an authority on this, but nobody else is talking about this or doing this, so I thought, this is what I got in my meditation. Okay, so here are some of my notes about being sober, being in recovery, or what to look for if you're reading for a person that's in recovery or probably needs to, get clean or get sober. And, basically, like, that's the thread as far as I'm concerned. So we'll start off with the High Priestess. The High Priestess as a, looking through a sober pair of eyes or through a sober reading or the language of recovery. The obvious is HP. High Priestess could be higher power, hardcore patience, huge patience, anything like this. This could be getting the new higher power, the new spirituality in your sobriety. So like I said, I'm tossing it out. It's by no means, choose your own, take what you like, leave the rest. Here we have the Fool card. This could be somebody in their first 90 days of recovery, just getting sober, somebody just recently quitting their addiction. It's a new person, a newbie, and a person that's new to recovery. The Star card. I always read this card as divine guidance, taking it to your higher power, getting a new balance with your spirituality, your sanity, sobriety, looking at everything as spiritual. So the Star card to me represents divine protection, divine guidance. The Three of Cups, sober anniversary, sober joy, sober party, you're on the beam. The Strength card. This has a lot of different meanings. This could basically mean living your life on a spiritual basis, daily reprieve, contingent on spiritual maintenance. So like I said, just riff off of these and, let's uncover a whole new aspect and have a revelation that the Tarot could be a sober thing as well. Here's the Hierophant. What did I write? Religion versus spirituality. Maybe you were abused by religion and that was part of your addiction. Religion needs to get sober. The Hierophant has to do with organized religion, but it can mean religion versus spirituality. You living your life on a spiritual basis today, or reintegrating your religion back in. The Emperor can mean, you're in recovery and there's basic life maintenance things that you have to do. This is a life maintenance card. This is card wear the world like a loose garment. Here's some higher court cards. This is the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. These could stand for therapists in the querent's life. These people deal with feelings. They're the mature aspect of the feelings. One feminine, one masculine. And it's the Suit of Cups, so it deals with the emotions. And basically, these can represent therapists. New therapists in sobriety. Maybe a spiritual advisor, an advisor to advise you on having sober feelings. This also could be a therapist, somebody you go and you just talk it out with. They are the mature aspect of the mind. They cut through the bullshit. They see the clarity. You're looking for the clarity. So once again, this could be like a therapist, somebody in your recovery that you trust. They're in long-term recovery. They're no bullshit, and they're just about the recovery, the sanity, the solvency, serenity, and sobriety. What are some other things? The Moon card. The Moon card can stand for maybe codependency, drama, intrigue. You're, getting into a relationship that you shouldn't be in recovery. It stands for maybe you're, just self-will run riot type of thing. You don't have all the facts. You need to get more light on the subject versus, sane, sound, sober, solvent. You're in the light. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're on the beam. So, this could be like the card of drama, the card of intrigue. You're getting into a bad relationship, something like that. You have to examine your thoughts, your intentions, your motives, and your feelings. In recovery, they talk a lot about cash and prizes versus spirituality. And if you're not in recovery and you're a tarot reader, this also can stand for, bottoming out, addiction, being tied to a mental addiction, being tied to, some kind of thought pattern that is harming you. It's causing you to fragment your energy. So, what is your devil in sobriety, in recovery? When we put down the drugs and the alcohol, then we start fucking around with the credit cards, the food, and the money. It might be a debting problem. It might be a food problem. It might be a new addiction, a sex addiction. It might be self-will run riot or lust, something like that. Here's the 11 card, the card of justice, the card of Libra, the card of being equal, and some people say the card of karma. But, people are like, I want it to be fair, I want it to be fair. And, we all know as a recovering addict, a recovering alcoholic, sober person, life is not fair. And if life were really to be fair, then a lot of people would either be dead or, in jail. So life's not fair. This is what this card represents to me as a sober person. It's not fair. And thank God it's not fair, because I might be dead. I did things when I was an active alcoholic and drug addict that were illegal, and on and on. So think about this. I want it to be fair. No, you don't want it to be fair, because you might be dead. Because you were like, this uncontrolled coke addict. What else do we have? Here's your inventory card, the card of judgment, the card of the skeletons, the card of getting completely clean, coming out of the closet in a spiritual sense, in a metaphorical sense, in a historical sense, taking the full inventory, getting totally clean, and sending it all up to the higher power. Okay. You're in recovery, you're living your life, all of a sudden, you're miserable, you're depressed. Where's your joy? Where's your joy in recovery? Where's your joy in the sobriety? Don't forget to have joy. It's about the joy. Remember, where your addiction took you. It took you to the opposite of this. Focus on the joy. Focus on the gratitude. This can be the card of gratitude. The Four of Cups, your higher power is trying to help you. Your higher power is trying to give you a gift, and you're just, you can't see it right now. Open yourself up to the possibility, let go and let God. A lot of times we get into recovery, you know what? We're not the person we used to be, thank God. We need to learn a new trade, new craft, go back to school, learn a new profession. This is a sincere new idea in your life, a new profession, a new sober job that you might get. This card's pretty obvious in terms of recovery. It's a breakthrough. It could be a broken heart, allowing your heart to break open, as they say. The divine light of the higher power. This could be your bottom. You put down the drink, the jig was up, light entered, and your ego is completely shattered in a good way as part of your spiritual path. 19 minutes. The Hermit card can represent spiritual practice, meditation, a spiritual advisor, being alone. It's time for you to be alone, not getting into a relationship, but just focusing on your own spirituality. Keep the focus on yourself type of thing. The Nine of Pentacles, sane, sober, solvent, serene, connected to your higher power, The world is good. Rebirth. I feeling the love. I'm feeling the sanity. I'm doing the daily basis, spiritual maintenance. All is well in my world. This is my mantra. The world is a good place. People are good. Give the world a chance. This card I have always read as a personal meaning. It's the Six of Swords. You need to think about your childhood in a completely different way. You need to forgive the childhood. You see two figures. One's a smaller one. I read this as parent and child, and going to a different place in your mind about your childhood. You have got to think about it. Ultimately, the journey involves the mind. It involves action, it involves feelings, but ultimately we get a release by letting go mentally. So this to me represents you need to think about your childhood in a different way. Maybe you had abuse, you need to forgive the abuse. You just need to, let go and let God on the childhood, what it meant, what your history means. Let the whole mess go. It's not going to define you. You're sane and sober now. And, what else do we have here? What other cool things? Stagnating energy, stagnating money. You're sitting on your money. The money's not coming in. The money's not going out. You're in the hallway. Okay. Here's two cards. These are laying sober plans. This is the 2 and 3 of Wands. Taking action. Okay. Recovery is a matter of action. It's, sometimes you have to feel in order to heal. You got to feel the feelings, but you also got to take the action. This is laying the sober foundation for a new life. This is the card of service. This is giving service. This card represents giving and receiving. So this could be a card that tells you, you need to give service. You need to be in the service. Take a service commitment. This is a card where, these two cards, the 5 of Cups and the 7 of Swords, you should just walk away. Make amends, say you're sorry, walk away, just leave it. It's a mess. Stay away from these people. You've already messed everything up. Stay away from them. Serenity. This is a card of serenity. It's a card of meditation. It's a card of feeling sane. It's the 4 of Swords. I feel sane. I'm meditating. I feel serene. I'm having a serene, sober day. Here's one. Instantly came to mind. The 8 of Swords. Get out of your head. Stinking thinking. Get out of your head. Get into the action. Get out of your mind. Stop thinking. Don't think. Don't think about it. Just, just take the action. Here's a group effort, a community effort. This can represent the group. It can represent community. It can represent GOD, group of drunks. The community effort. This is a church. This might be a church basement where you get support for your recovery. These types of things. I think it's pretty obvious what I'm saying. And then we come to these two cards, coupled with maybe all 3 of these cards. Any one of these cards can mean bottoming out. You're in the ghetto of your mind. You're outside in the cold, coming from the cold. You're in the ghetto of your mind, stinking thinking. Help is available if you want it. All you have to do is ask the higher power for help. You're in the poverty, you're deep in the depression and the ghetto-ness of your thoughts. You're in the scarcity mentality, coming from the cold. People love you. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Self-pity, pour me a drink. Stop it. Once again, this is a toxic relationship. There's like no other way to read this. This is a toxic ass mofo relationship. You need to get out of it. It's the card of codependency. It's the card of an abusive relationship. Get out of this relationship. Walk away. Don't look back. You're in a relationship with an active addict. It's a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare. And it's going to cause you pain. abuse, separation, loss. Get out of this toxic relationship. Here's 2 cards. If you're not in recovery, you don't know the language of recovery, this is somebody bottoming out. This is drug addiction. This is the crystal meth, you know, sex all night, anonymous partners, bottoming out on the booze, the drugs. I'm in debt. Everything is falling apart. It's a nightmare. I'm ready for rehab. Look at these 2 cards. Literal meaning, the worst is over. The worst has happened. The jig's up. Let go. You're beyond human help. Okay. I also thought it was interesting to note that, you know, which cards can represent a person that's an active addict or an active alcoholic. I came up with these 2. The Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords. This can stand for a parent that's an active alcoholic or an active addict. A parent that is totally withholding, will not give you love, will not validate you, an abusive parent. And this is, you know, or a manager, an authority figure that is an active addict or alcoholic, and a boss that is, you know, the owner of a company. They're an addict, they're an active alcoholic, running the company into the ground. They're in debt. This is a person that lives their life full of resentments, full of bitterness, full of pain. And then likewise, this can be an active co-worker, an addict that you might know that lives in your building or in your neighborhood. All they do is run around, cause problems. They're totally active. They're, you know, just running around, making problems and drama for everybody. So, you know, this is an active addict here. The Page of Swords. They're immature. They're, you know, stirring up trouble here, there, everywhere. Nobody really knows what they want. They don't even know what the hell they want. This would be the card of the active addict. Let's see. The Hanged Man. Obviously, you're in the hallway. God, higher power, never brings you to a place. Doesn't carry you this far to drop you. You don't feel the spiritual connection. You're kind of waiting. You're in the hallway. God doesn't carry you this whole way and then going to drop you. You know, this is wait for the miracle. Don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle. It seems like the higher power is leaving you hanging, but the higher power is making an awesome miracle for you. So just sit tight, okay? Sometimes the best spiritual choice we can do is to do nothing. That's the hangman. Just hang tight, baby. Hang tight. So I think that gives you an idea. You know, you can go through the cards and make up your own. Here's a card of being newly sober. You got 90 days. You got a year, an anniversary. Sane, sober, solvent. You're on the beam. You're feeling good. You know, the world is an awesome place when you're clean and sober. And then this is a, you know, a spiritual advisor. She's the psychic. She's the witch. She's another psychic person. This can represent a spiritual advisor. Now you're in your new sobriety. You know, you're going to try and find people to advise you. Somebody in long-term sobriety, male or female, that, you know, is totally on the beam. Their psychic spiritual advice is really great. This is the Queen of Wands. This always represents a psychic spiritual advisor type person, a mature energy of the psychic and spiritual aspects of sanity, solvency, and sobriety. And last but not least, you know, this is like obviously long-term enlightenment, long-term the Zen of spirituality, the Zen of sobriety, the Zen of being clean and sober, liberation, freedom from the alcohol or drug addiction. And then, of course, here's the complete ultimate bottoming out, the transformation. What did I write here? Going to rehab, newly sober, bottoming out. The worst has happened. You're being transformed. Your higher power stepped in. You were beyond all human help. There you go. So I went through, you know, a lot of the stuff I thought. It's 30 minutes. Keep it simple. Keep it sober. Keep it serene. Keep Keep it solvent. I'm wishing you infinite amounts of unconditional love. Thank you for my sanity, solvency, serenity, and sobriety. And my name's Kirk, sober tarot reader in recovery, coming up on 28 years, a day at a time. Shakti Namaste. And, if you're digging it, let me know and send me a comment. I'm going to put it on YouTube and Vimeo. Tonight's my TV show, and, I'm on the beam. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it stupid, simple. Day at a time. You know the drill. Thank you for my sanity. Dear God, may God restore you to sanity in the entire world, religion, your feelings, your mind, your money, your sex, your food. May you have a sober life, a sober home, sober mind, and a sober body, sober heart. Shakti, Amen. Thank you.